Jacob, good evening. Can I have your name and your date of birth?
Jacob, what's this?
Thank you, and apologize for the break there and the action. I had some phone calls I had to make on some stuff, but all right, so you're here on a bench warrant issued for failing to appear at a not guilty arraignment hearing that I'd set up for you on those drug charges for March. So I do have to get you back into court. That court date's going to be next Thursday, September 12th, 8:30 a.m. It's going to be in downtown Phoenix Superior Court in the South Court Tower. That courtroom's now moved. When I first told you about it, it was in the Central Court building. They've moved that division to the South Court Tower. Still downtown Phoenix Superior Court. You will still have a court-appointed lawyer. Your bail is set by your judge at $1,200. It is secured, and that judge will let you use a bail bonding company to post it. Now, just make sure that if you do post your bail, that you make that court date on the 12th, next Thursday, so you don't lose that bail money. Also, no drugs, don't drive without a license, and do you have any questions for me?
Sure.
All right, thank you, sir. Grab your paperwork. Sherry Kiefer? All right, Sherry, can I have your name and your date of birth?
Sherry Lynn Kiefer, 9.
All right.
I was arrested in Prescott.
Okay.
And then taken to Camp Verde, and then brought here today.
Okay. Well, let me tell you why you're here. Okay. You're here on your 2 probation cases. You allegedly violated some of your probation terms, according to your probation officer, so a warrant issued for your arrest out of Maricopa County Superior Court. The alleged violations involve terms number 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I do have to have a probation hearing scheduled for you, and that's going to be next Friday, September. Hold on.
They said $500 bond.
This is not going to work if we talk over each other. Okay? So if you're somehow agitated at me or somehow or whatever, we can have you sit down. I can do this from a jail cell or something else like that. I'd rather do it right here.
I'm not.
While we're here, I'd rather have you do it here, and I'll make a deal with you. So, Sherry, if you let me tell you everything that I have to tell you, chances are I will answer your questions. But once I'm done telling you what I need to tell you, if there's any remaining questions that you have, then we can talk about those, okay? So if we can't come to that agreement, we can do this a completely different way. So do I have that agreement with you?
Yes.
All right. So, Sherry, as I mentioned, you're here on your 2 probation cases from Maricopa County Superior Court with alleged violations of terms 3, 4, 5, and 6. I do have to set a probation hearing for you, and that's going to be in downtown Phoenix, Superior Court, in the Central Court building down in the basement. You will have a court-appointed lawyer, and that hearing's next Friday, September 13th, 8:30 a.m. Your probation judge sets your bail at $500 in each case for a total of $1,000. Your judge is allowing you to work with a bail bonding company if you need the assistance in bonding out of custody. Now, if you're intending to bond out and you leave jail, you have exactly 3 days to call your probation officer before they start violating you for not letting them know that you bonded out. You still need to make your court date, otherwise you would risk losing your bail money and picking up a warrant for failing to appear. All of your probation terms include things like no weapons, no drugs or alcohol, and don't drive without a license. Those will be part of your release conditions. Now, Sherry, I've told you everything that I need to tell you at this point in time, and if you still have some questions, I'm here to answer them for you. No questions? It worked out perfect then. It was a great deal we made, and that's your paperwork right there.
Thank you.
All right, Lane Brown. All right, Lane, good evening to you. Can we start with your name and your date of birth?
Lane Brown.
Thank you. All right, so Lane, you're here on a bench warrant issued for failing to appear at a status conference on a drug charge that you had been placed on a diversion program, but the state asked the court to take you off a diversion because they do want to proceed with this charge. So we have to get you into court next Thursday, September the 12th, 8:30 in the morning. That hearing is going to be in the Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, South Court Tower. You will have a court-appointed lawyer. Bail was set for you by your judge at $500. It is secured, and you can work with a bail company if you need help to post it. Just make sure that if you do post your bail that you don't miss court next Thursday, because I don't want to see you lose your bail money if you're out. No drugs without a prescription, don't drive without a license, and do you have any questions?
I have a question. I have a job, but I'm actually trying to get, because since I've been in jail, and I called in sick leave. So I'm trying to get back to my job and back in Flagstaff. And I got extradited from jail from there to here. And I just really want to go back to work before I lose that job, you know?
Completely understood. Unfortunately, your judge did set bail for you. So it is $500. That's what it's going to take for you to leave jail. You can leave jail. You just have to post the $500. Now, if you don't have that in cash or you don't know anybody on the outside that's willing to post that $500 for you, you can call a bail bonding company. That's actually why they're in business. They're in business to help people get out of jail that don't have the money. Now, these officers have a list of those bail bonding companies, and you could start calling them immediately from the other room to see what it would take for them to post your $500 for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, any questions?
No.
All right, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Christina Phillips? Christina, good morning to you. Name and date of birth.
Christina Phillips.
Christina, you're here on a bench warrant for failing to appear at your trial management conference on a drug charge you picked up back in March of 2022. Do have to get you back into court. You've been on warrant status for a while. It's been about 14, 15 months or so. So your next court hearing is actually going to be on Monday, September 16th. It's about 10 days from now. It's at 8:30 in the morning in downtown Phoenix, Superior Court in the South Court Tower. You will have a court-appointed lawyer. Actually, because this was a trial management conference, that's the last hearing right before trial. So it's really important. So I know you've been working with a lawyer, and we're going to let that lawyer know that you're going to be in court that day. So I'm assuming it'll be the same lawyer unless that lawyer has somehow now changed jobs or whatever. No matter what, you will have a lawyer, but we're going to hope it's the same one, okay, because they're familiar with your case.
Yeah.
$500 is your bond. It would have to be posted in cash. Now, if you post your $500 cash and you get out, don't miss that court hearing on Monday the 16th. You would lose your $500, and another warrant would just issue for your arrest, and chances are the judge would just increase your bail a lot higher. So there's no incentive not to go. No drugs without a prescription. Don't drive without a license. And do you have any questions for me?
No.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. Andrea Carrasco? Andrew, good morning.
Hi.
Name and date of birth for you.
Yeah, Carrasco.
Thank you. All right, so Andrew, you got 3 cases we're going to talk about. The first one, you picked up a bench warrant for missing out on a court hearing on a criminal trespass charge. So I've got to get you back in. Now, you were on a diversion program, but you're not on diversion anymore. The state took you off of diversion, so they're going to proceed with this case. So your hearing is next Wednesday, September the 11th, 8:30 in the morning, and that's going to be in downtown Phoenix, Superior Court, South Court Tower. So next Wednesday, the 11th at 8:30. Your lawyer will be there to assist you at that hearing, but your bail was $500, and it is secured, meaning if you need help, you can use a bail company, okay?
Okay.
So that's on that, but you have 2 other cases, and they're misdemeanor warrants out of Buckeye Municipal Court. One was for failing to appear, and that was on a drug paraphernalia charge, and the other one was failing to pay fines on a drug paraphernalia charge. So those warrants issued out of Buckeye Municipal Court, and you need to go back there to handle those. And that's also going to be next Wednesday, September the 11th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, I put the address and telephone number of that court on your paperwork, and the reason why I did that is because if you do bond out of custody, you're going to be in downtown Phoenix Superior Court that morning for a court hearing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to make it all the way out to Buckeye by 1 o'clock. So you would need to call Buckeye Municipal Court and tell them that you wouldn't be able to be there, and maybe they'll reschedule that hearing for you, okay?
Okay.
Now, the bail on the 2 warrants is $250, and that is secured. So the total amount of your bail, if you want to leave here, $750.
Okay.
You can call them and use a bail bonding company if you don't have that kind of money.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you make your court dates if you do bond out, okay?
Yeah.
Questions?
I'm not going to be able to bond out, so.
Okay. So you'll be here. So the Sheriff's Department will make sure that you make your court dates, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thanks.
All right, Eric Barrios? Eric, good morning.
More.
Tell me your name and your date of birth.
My name is Eric Burrs, and I'm,
Thank you. All right, so Eric, you're here on your probation case. Now, you allegedly violated 4 of your terms. Those are terms 3, 5, 12, and 15. So I do have a probation hearing scheduled for you, and the soonest we can get you into probation court is next Friday, September 13th, 8:30 in the morning. Now, that's going to be in downtown Phoenix in the Superior Court, Central Court building. You're going to have a court-appointed lawyer at your probation courtroom ready to help you out that morning, and your bail was set by your judge at $500, and it is secured, and you can use a bail company if you need help to post it, okay? Now, if you're intending to post your bail to get out of here, once you do get out, you've got 3 days to call your probation officer. So don't forget to do that. Don't possess weapons, drugs, or alcohol if you're out, and do you have any questions? Thank you, sir. Grab your paperwork on the way out.
I think.
Jonathan Cousin. Jonathan, right behind the podium, right there in the center of the room. And if you could tell me your name and your date of birth.
Jonathan Kuzan.
Jonathan, all right, so you're here on a bench warrant issued for failing to appear at a status conference on a theft of mean charge. Now, you were on a diversion program, but for some reason the state took you off into the diversion program. So I got to get you back into court, and that's going to be Monday, September 16th at 8:30 in the morning. And that's in Superior Court, which is in downtown Phoenix in the South Court Tower. And I'm releasing you from custody. There is no bail to pay, but you'll be under the supervision of pretrial services. And what that means for you is that you need to contact them within the next couple of days, the business days. It's now Saturday, it's close to Saturday morning, so they don't even open up until Monday. But next Monday or Tuesday, try to call them. The telephone number is on the paperwork that you're going to get here in just a second, on the very first page, halfway down, right in the middle of the page. You can't miss it. Just make sure you communicate with them. There's also an address there if you don't have a phone, okay? No contacting any victim or witness. Don't possess any drugs or weapons. Make that court date so you don't pick up a warrant, because next time you're probably going to have to pay bail to get out. So make your court hearing September 16th. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Questions? Thank you. Grab your paperwork. Ernesto Garcia. Right behind the podium right there in the middle of the room, Ernesto, and if you could tell me your name and your date of birth.
Ernesto Garcia.
Ernesto, 2 cases we're going to talk about. The first, a new charge you picked up today, narcotic drug possession, class 4 felony. Now, you're going to have a court-appointed lawyer to defend you on that charge, and you're going to have to go to court, and that's going to be in downtown Phoenix in the Superior Court Complex. Your courtroom's located in the South Court Tower, and it's going to be Friday, September 20th at 8:30, and you're back again on Tuesday, September 24th at 8:30. So Friday the 20th, Tuesday the 24th, same courtroom. I'm releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services, meaning there is no bail to pay on that, but you will need to voluntarily get to all of your court dates. The other thing is call pretrial services, okay, within the next couple of business days, Monday or Tuesday, and that telephone number is on the first page of your paperwork. You can't miss it. If you don't call that number, your judge has the authority just to get you right back into jail, okay? And then you've missed this whole deal that we've got releasing you. Now, Ernesto, the second case we have is what we call a direct complaint, and that means the state has gone back and is going to charge you with some offenses from May 30th. Narcotic drug possession, class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia possession, class 6 felony. You're going to be represented by the same court-appointed lawyer, and to make this easy on you, I've made those court dates in the same date, time, and location. So the 20th and the 24th in the same courtroom, downtown Phoenix Superior Court, and again, you're going to release to the supervision of pretrial services. So there's no bail to pay. Just make sure you make your court dates. Don't return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any witnesses, no drugs, and don't drive without a license. Any questions for me, Ernesto? Thank you, sir. Grab your paperwork. Ms. Lopez? Ms. Lopez, good morning. Can you tell me your name and your date of birth?
Vanessa Unique Lopez.
So you're here on new charges. narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia possession, Class 6 felony. Ma'am, you're going to have a court-appointed lawyer to defend you, and that lawyer is going to be with you at all of your court hearings, and they're going to start in the downtown Phoenix Superior Court Complex in the South Court Tower on Friday, September the 20th, 8:30 a.m., and Tuesday, September 24th at 8:30. I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services, meaning that there is no bail to pay. You can be let out of jail on these charges, but you need to make your court dates all on your own. If you miss, you're going to pick up a warrant. You're going to come back and see me some morning. You also have to call pretrial services within the next couple of business days, and that telephone number is on the first page of your paperwork. Don't forget to call it. And while you're out of custody waiting for your court hearings, don't do any drugs without a prescription. Don't return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do you have any questions?
No.
Thank you. The officer will have your paperwork as you walk out the courtroom. Yvette. Remember, don't call in triple. Yvette, good morning.
Good morning.
Can we start with your name and date of birth, ma'am?
Yvette Rodriguez,
Thank you. So you're here on new charges. Yvette, narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia possession, Class 6 felony. Those charges will get you a court-appointed lawyer, so you'll have one at all of your court hearings to defend you. Those are going to be in downtown Phoenix, Superior Court Complex, in the South Court Tower. They're actually going to start in about 2 weeks from now. So Friday, September the 20th at 8:30 is your first court hearing, and then you're back again on Tuesday, September 24th at 8:30. So the 20th and the 24th. Now, I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. What that means is it's your promise to voluntarily appear at all future court dates, including the 2 that are going to be on your paperwork and any future ones after that. Otherwise, you're going to pick up a warrant for failing to appear. Now, while you're waiting for your court hearings, don't do any drugs without a prescription, don't drive without a license, and just make those court dates. Any
Thank you.
questions?
No.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Curtis Fair? Curtis, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Tell me your name and your date of birth, sir.
Curtis Fair, November.
All right, so Curtis, you're here on a warrant issued out of Arcadia Biltmore Justice Court, and it's what we call an initial arrest warrant. In other words, it's not for failing to appear or failing to pay. This is your first court hearing, okay? So in that court, you've been charged with 1 count of DUI for having liquor, drugs, vapors, or any combination of those in your body, Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of DUI for having a drug or a metabolite of a drug in your system. It's a Class 1 misdemeanor also. Those charges are from September 27th of last year. Now, you are entitled to have a court-appointed lawyer to defend you. Your hearings are going to be at that Arcadia Biltmore Justice Court, and the address and telephone number of the court is going to be on your paperwork, so you know exactly where to go, when to be there, how to get in touch with them, and that's going to be on September the 25th, and that's a Wednesday. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you are getting released on your own recognizance. It's your promise to appear. It doesn't look like you have any prior DUIs before, so you're getting released OR. Just make sure you make that court date, that you don't possess any drugs or alcohol while you're out, and don't drive without a valid driver's license. Any questions?
Actually, well, never mind, no, because I was going to ask you what the arcade, it's like a different...
Yep, it's not Superior Court. They're misdemeanor charges, so you're going to go to a misdemeanor court. Now, that court's actually located in downtown Phoenix. It's got that name. It's Arcadia Biltmore Justice Court, okay?
Okay, yeah, see, that's why I thought I had the warrant, is because, like, I guess there was they had 2 different addresses. That's why
Yeah,
but,
yeah. So Arcadia Biltmore Justice Court, even though it's called Arcadia Biltmore, it's actually at 620 West Jackson Street in downtown Phoenix. So it's actually about 3 blocks away from the Superior Court downtown.
Yeah.
It's just called Arcadia Biltmore, okay?
Okay, I just got confusing, so...
Yeah, no, I know, good question. All right, so you're going to be going downtown Phoenix. You're not going to be looking out in Arcadia Biltmore area. You're going downtown. Address, like I said, it's on your paperwork.
Okay.
Punch that into your phone. You'll get right there to the front door. All right?
Are you on?
Thank you. Victoria? Victoria, good morning. All right, so tell me your name and your date of birth, ma'am.
Victoria Fairclough.
All right, so you're here on a new charge. It is 1 count of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony. You will have a court-appointed lawyer. Your hearings are going to be in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, South Court Tower. They start in a couple of weeks from now. Friday, September 20th at 8:30 is your status conference. Tuesday, September 24th at 8:30 is your preliminary hearing. That lawyer is going to be in that courtroom waiting for you to help you out. You're getting released on your own recognizance. It is your promise to appear. Make sure you make all of your court dates so you don't pick up a warrant. We don't have to have this unfortunate meeting again, okay? No drugs without a prescription. Don't drive without a license. And as you walk out of the courtroom, that officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you. I have a question.
Yeah.
So I travel for work. I have to go to Seattle tomorrow. Is that okay?
For how long?
Just for the day. I'm singing at the Washington State Fair.
Okay. Where do you live?
I live in Chandler.
Okay. Do you live on Germain?
Yes.
Okay. And you were arrested at Sky Harbor?
Yes.
Okay. So you need to go to the state of Washington.
Yes. Please.
How long are you going to be there?
Just one day.
All right. So if I say you have to be back by September 9th, you will be back in the state of Arizona by then, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. All right, your paperwork will let you out of the state.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got to redo it. Sorry. Go take a seat. We'll get you your paperwork.
Okay.
Buzzer in.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Jose. Name and date of birth.
Jose Esparza.
Jose, you're here on new charges. You got arrested on 2 charges, but I only found probable cause on 1 of the 2 charges. The one I did not find probable cause on was possessing a narcotic drug for sale, a Class 2 felony. Now, I'm not saying that there was no evidence regarding sales, because there was some, but I didn't find that there was sufficient information at this point in time to rise to probable cause on that charge. I'm not saying you're never going to see that charge going forward, because it's possible the police have additional information that they just didn't provide me. But for right now, that charge, no probable cause. I did find probable cause on possessing a narcotic drug, though, Class 4 felony. Now, you're going to have a court-appointed lawyer. Your hearings are going to be in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, South Court Tower, Friday, September 20th at 8:30, and Tuesday, September 24th at 8:30.
In 2 weeks?
Yep, 2 weeks. September 20th, September 24th. Your court-appointed lawyer will be there waiting for you, so don't disappoint. I'm releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services, meaning there is no bail to pay. You will be leaving jail. You will have to call pretrial services within the next 2 business days. That means Monday or Tuesday of next week, and the telephone number you're going to call is on the first page of your paperwork, halfway down, right in the middle. It's easy to find. Call it. If you don't, if you just blow them off and you don't call it, they're going to let your judge know, and that judge has the authority to bring you into custody, okay? So do that. Don't return to the scene of the alleged crime. No contact with any victims or witnesses. Don't possess any weapons or drugs.
Okay.
Questions?
Would I get out tomorrow or Monday?
You're going to get out probably within 3 or 4 hours.
All right, then.
Maybe 4 or 11. You'll talk to the detention officers. They probably have a better finger on the pulse of exactly how long, but you'll be processed out.
All righty, then.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.